I believed that they were going to kill Karen, and they did. But I called Chief Andrade. He was chief at the time. He told me to put her in protective custody. I was to bring her to the Capri Hotel, motel in Dartmouth. She refused to go. That was about 11 o'clock that night. She asked me to take her to St. Mary's Cathedral. She went to the door. I waited to see the priest at the door, and I left then. At 3 a.m. that morning, they killed Karen. Karen knew that if Robin found out, Karen would be dead. She would be dead. She knew that so well, and I got on the telephone that night and called the chief of police at the time was Chief Andrade. And I called Chief Andrade at home. Tom Joquin was there in the car with me when we did that. And we called him at home, and we tried to put Karen in protective custody. She refused. We wanted to put her in a hotel in Dartmouth. She refused. She was fearful of her son. She thought they were going to kill her son that night if she didn't go back. What happened was Carol Fletcher goes to Robin and tells Robin that a meeting that Carol set up, went back to Robin to tell her that Karen had been talking with us. They killed Karen at 3 o'clock that morning. We dropped Karen off at St. Mary's Cathedral. We saw the door open. We saw a priest there. It was about, 11 o'clock at night. Then we found out later that they actually came right here to this building where she met Robin, and they drove away. So at 3 o'clock that morning, they killed Karen at Family Beach in Westport. All of those deals were made by Ron Pina, who in my opinion was probably the worst district attorney we've ever had in Bristol County.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't he married to that
Sheila Martinez?
And that was a big thing about a kidnapping.
He recently passed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, what was
Carol, just so you know this,
yeah.
Carol was the one who set up the meeting with Karen Marsden. Karen Marsden was told never to speak to me or any of us.
Right.
But Carol was the one who set up the meeting on County Street for me to meet Karen Marsden. And matter of fact, when Karen came through the door, she screamed seeing me.
Oh, God.
She knew that she was being set up to speak with me, and she did speak with me for a few hours, and then her biggest fear, of course, was they were going to kill her son.
Right.
And we offered to have her placed in protective custody. I called the chief. Then it was Chief Andrade, who was dead, who since died of cancer. He told me to put her in a hotel in Dartmouth. She refused to go. I brought her to St. Mary's Cathedral. I saw her knock on the door and speak to the priest. I left 3 o'clock that morning, maybe 4 hours or 3 hours after I dropped her off. They killed her in Westport.
Wow.
So Carol set that up. She asked me to drop her off in front of St. Mary's Cathedral directly on 2nd Street. And that's what I did. And the last time I saw Karen was her at the door with the priest. At about midnight. Come to find out, that's a few hours later was when they killed Karen. February 8th was the evening that I was with Karen Marsden. They killed her in the early morning of the 9th of February, 1980.
She wanted to go to St. Mary's Church and talk to a priest. On the way there, I called the chief of police and I asked him to place Karen in protective custody. He agreed that I could do that. She insisted that she wanted to see the priest and didn't want to be in protective custody. We dropped her off at the church. She rang the rectory door, the lights came on.
I remember the priest coming to the door and greeting her. I drove away.
That's the last we saw of her. It was maybe the following day when the grandmother got in touch with the police department, and Captain Andrade called Alan and I in. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if I recall correctly. And he said, that Karen was missing.
We would actually hide information from them. How bizarre is that? We would not give them information. We were ordered by Lieutenant Cagle, by Captain Reese, don't give them anything. We actually kept information that was needed in a homicide investigation from the district attorney and his people, because they weren't playing on the up and up. At first, we would give them information. We realized they were meeting people when we didn't have any knowledge of them meeting them. Not supposed to do that.
Ron Pina was by far the worst district attorney we ever had in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I mean, if you look back at history, you see the Ann Capoot case. Some people would know that was an RN that did a mercy killing. He screwed that up. The Big Dans, we almost had a riot in Fall River because he screwed that up. Everything Ron Pina did, and as far as a major crime, he was really poor at. And we had issues because he created that tension between the state police and the Fall River police, to the point where I was told by my superiors, don't give them information. And they would not give us information. So that is no way to solve a crime. We weren't working together. We would hide information from them. They would keep information from us, which was a huge mistake because we had all the trump cards, no pun intended.